there's a few quests that will be seen as almost essential for a few classes in Wrath of the Lich King, and the reward from doing these quests you'll be able to equip at level 74. This really only applies to Druid, Shaman, Paladin, and DK. So you've probably guessed what it's going to give you. Totems, idols, librams, and sigils. While this will probably be more important for DKs than any other class, it's important to note that if you've recently returned back to the game and you haven't got a particularly good relic, or you're a fresh 70 boost that's going into Wrath of the Lich King, then these quests will also be almost mandatory for you while you're leveling. If we start with the items first, then we'll talk about how you get them. So for Death Knights, we've got Sigil of Arthritic Binding, which increases the base damage dealt by your Scourge Strike ability by 91. We've got Sigil of the Frozen Conscience, which increases the damage dealt by your Icy Touch ability by 111. And we've got Sigil of the Wild Buck, which increases the damage dealt by your Death Coil ability by 80. Now, up until this point, you would have only had your one sigil that you had access to whilst leveling. There are some other lesser rewards like cloaks, throwing weapons, or even a wand, but they're not really worth talking about. The trinkets are not too bad, which is the Arcane Revitalizer, which gives you 57 spell power and restores 200 mana when you kill a target that gives you experience or honor. That's every 10 seconds. And the attack power version, but it gives you health. Now, we know that these can be particularly useful while leveling, but they cost 70 Venture Co coins. So we'll focus purely on the relics. So the Druids get Idol of Arcane Terror, which gives you a chance on your Moonfire to increase your Spirit by 131. An Idol for you Bears, which increases the damage dealt by Maul by 120 and Swipe by 24, so this one can be particularly nice. And Idol of Pure Thoughts, which increases the periodic healing of Rejuve by 33. If you're a Paladin, you're going to get Venture Co Libram of Protection, which your Shield of Righteousness deals an additional 96 damage. Your Holy Libram, which your Holy Shock heals for an additional 69. Cool number. Or Venture Co Libram of Retribution, which causes your Divine Storm to deal an additional 81 damage. You could see that being quite useful while leveling and you're just cleaving mobs down, so that's not too bad. If you're a Shaman, you're going to get the base heal of your Chain Heal up by 102 with Totem of the Bay, the Venture Co Flame Slicer, which increases the damage done by your Lava Lash by 25, and the Venture Co Lightning Rod, which increases the damage dealt by your Lava Burst by 121. Quite weird that it's called a Lightning Rod but increases lava damage. So what you need to know is all of these only cost 30 Venture Co coins. To get the coins is relatively easy. To control the zone to get the coins, depending on your server and the faction balance on your server, could prove particularly difficult. But if you come to this area just east of the Venture Bay, this is in Grizzly Hills, you'll see a few quest givers which will give you a quest to defeat 10 Horde units. This does I am Alliance, so this is obviously for the Alliance. This does not mean 10 Horde players. This is just 10 Horde units, which you'll see shortly. This will give you 10 Venture coins. Then you've got another quest, which is to kill an elite, which is Captain Zorna. He's not particularly difficult, and you can do this on your own. This will also give you 10 Venture coins. And then there's one to use a smoke bomb, which also gives you 10 Venture coins. There is also a quest a little bit further over here, which is called Always Seeking Solvent. This one can be a little bit of a pain because you can't actually move faster than walking speed whilst running and handing this back in. So I would always skip this and just do the 3 that we've already spoke about, which is keep them at bay, down with Captain Zorna, and smoke them out. If you're Horde, by the way, they just start on the complete opposite side, but the quests are practically identical. So for the quest to kill 10 Horde units, it's literally just any of these that are walking around. But remember, this is a PvP zone. Where I'm currently situated here, you can see Captain Zorna, which is just an elite that you have to kill. It is only level 74. Most classes should not have an issue killing this on their own. And for the smoking out, you'll just see in these mills and stuff like that, all these small Venture Co stragglers. All you literally do is just run round, aggro them all, or as many as you can physically hold without dying, and then you just throw a smoke bomb, and they all run away. So you don't need to worry, you haven't got to kill them, they'll all just run off. So they're the 3 quests that you're going to do. Now you've got 30 coins, so you can buy your Sigil, or your Libram, or your Totem, or your Idol, whatever. Where do you get it from? So when you're actually in the Venture Bay here, you'll see a lighthouse over there on an island on its own. The lighthouse is what you need to control. If it's Alliance, there will be some guards that need to be killed. Yes, you won't be able to do this on your own unless you can stealth in and just sit somewhere and capture it. But if it's neutral, there's absolutely nothing here and you can just stand there and cap it. Once you've actually captured the town, which doesn't take too long, then this vendor will appear who sells all of the items we were just talking about. And that's it. Just a nice, easy way of, before you even get into heroics or anything like that, of getting an upgrade for your Libram, your Sigil, or whatever, whatever you use. And if you're a DK, as I say, this is probably going to be particularly useful for you to get done. And actually, there are more dailies that give Venture Co coins if you capture and hold that area. There's another one that you can get. And, you could do that one with a solvent. But as I say, that one will be a little bit of a pain. And if you're only going for the Sigil, you only need 3 quests anyway. So you might as well just do the 3 quests that we just spoke about. But that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like, because it really does help out more than you probably realise. Subscribe to the channel and roll the outro. There's lots of ways you can support the channel to keep me here putting out World of Warcraft content and covering all future MMOs. Consider joining the channel as a member. You get access to emotes, everyone will know you're a member when you comment on future videos because you get a nice icon next to your name, and you get access to members-only videos, which I'll be putting a lot of on the channel throughout the year. Additionally, there's a Patreon link in the description as well. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.